visibly trembling, and she kind of doesn't smile.
Yeah, as the kind of approaching, Harkon's kind of comforting her, just trying to make her feel better.
So,
Can I do like? Oh, sorry. Can I just quickly? Can I do a check to see if anything special is wrong with her, Roy?
You can't do checks against players, right?
No.
Okay.
You can ask me if you
Do we
see
see
anything.
them approach?
You can ask me questions, Paul, and I just figure out if your character knows or not.
With a pretty good knowledge of nature and no other skills that are relevant, unless being sneaky is relevant, do you know anything about what has afflicted you?
You can figure out that she's exhausted.
Tired of hiccuping, probably.
Like, way almost past exhausted, actually.
No, Hakon is tired of hiccuping.
Yeah.
Anna is something else entirely.
She is tired, yes.
She looks drained.
As they approach, I say, Hakan, there's a hunchback in this hut that needs the beer.
Yep, I've got the beer, and I kind of go to hand Roy the beer, the bottled beer. I turn around, startled to the hooting sound. What the hell?
Did I hear the beer has arrived?
I hand the beer to the curse master and kind of mutter under my breath, "Here you go, you little alcoholic."
It is the right beer. And a bottle full of it.
2 bottles full of it.
2 bottles full of it. And he like takes out a spoon and he like puts the beer on the spoon and puts it in the potion after he unwrapped it and put it on the table. And then looks at it and goes, "That should be enough." And then he takes the bottles and he like sets them somewhere under the table. And then he takes out the hair. And he like feels it again and just like,
Me.
"Yeah, this is the right hair." And then he puts the hair in, and there's like this small explosion within the bottle and
Explosion.
And he like, "This should be it. It is done. My masterpiece. Anti-hiccup curse potion. Theoretically."
I eagerly take it from his hand and say, "How much should I drink?"
1 sip and a little bit should be sufficient.
Okay.
Not a swig.
Okay, Hakon takes.
However you dwarves drink.
Said the dwarf.
Civilized.
I take as instructed, just a sip in a bit, and then pass it on to. Well, I'll just hold it out to the next person.
But well, Anna's standing close to you, so she
Yep.
takes
So
it.
I pass it to her. Yeah.
And she kind of just drinks a sip and a little bit, and then holds it out.
Juhani takes it and looks at the other 2. Are they still hiccuping?
I look at Anna, and I wait to see if I hiccup.
Anna looks back and waits to see if he hiccups.
Wait, hold on. I was looking at you. So
I jokingly
drank?
hiccup.
Well, Hakon drank first, and Anna drank, and now they're looking at each other expectantly.
And Juhani is waiting to see if there's any change.
And I jokingly hiccup.
Ooh, you need a potion too?
I think maybe just a beer. And grab
And
the
he
other
like,
bottle of beer.
there are no hiccups for Anna and Hakon.
Are they turning green or anything out of the ordinary?
Anna is already an unordinary shade of pale at the moment.
I roll perception to
That was
see.
before the potion, though.
if to see if anything except for the hiccups changed. I have no clue.
You have no clue.
You're too stoked about this potion, man.
I take a sip, and a little bit.
You feel your body go back into a normal state and no
And
hiccups.
stop hiccuping.
Yeah.
I
Hakon
pocket the potion.
Hakon kind of drops to his knees and starts sobbing quietly, just kind of into the ground. A joyous kind of sobbing.
Anna kind of puts her hands on his shoulders.
And he says, "It's over. Thank God it's over."
Not entirely, Anna says with a sad voice.
I nod and look at the curse master and I ask, sorry, what was the name of the larger town with the market?
Tylonia?
Tylon.
I ask, who is the ruler of Tylonia? To the curse master.
Ruler of Tylonia. I believe that is him. And he points to Hawk.
I slap my forehead with my hand.
Yes,
I literally
right?
just pale fish.
I'm sorry, I'm not too much into politics, but I believe he is king at the moment.
At the moment, indeed.
You know how kings change from time to time.
Yeah, we know
Yes,
how kings are.
I've heard that King Bread Vendor might take over.
Oh, I've heard of that chap, King Bread Vendor. Yes,
He is a dwarf, he says chap.
quite the cool guy indeed. I think I hang out with him at some point. We shared many stories over a journey bread.
That voice, man, I can't.
I should look him up again. There's many a tale to tell still. Maybe I could tell him the story of how I cured the then current king of the hiccups.
Yeah, I turn my attention back towards the tiefling. Is he doing much better?
He's sleeping.
And I kind of pets
Like
Hakon's
recovering
back.
sleep. He's still sweating
Aw,
a
poor
bit,
dog.
but the wounds are closed and everything.
Okay. I think I've had my fill of talking to the curse. Someone else can have a turn.
Anna's just patting Hakon on the back, on the shoulder.
I'm still kind of like just joyously kind of ecstatic over the fact that I'm no longer hiccuping.
Curse Master, sir, Anna said.
Yes?
Is there something somewhere where we can rest and have a good night's sleep?
Well, I believe he is the great prophet of the Juju. And I believe this is the local village's religion.
And you're traveling
What?
with the king of the biggest city around.
And you're traveling with the king, yes?
That doesn't change the location, sir. I don't know where the inn is.
Ah,
If they have one.
Yes, they have one. Every respectable village should have an inn. You know.
I quite agree.
But I think I've heard talk in this village of turning the inn into a temple of Juju. I'm not sure that's a good plan, though.
Where is it?
Ah, yes, where is it? I shall show you. And he like walks outside and walks with you towards a big building where, you know, it's a very standard inn. Except on the walls are like boards, and on those boards are like little wooden dolls every time, depicting a man with either produce or wealth, carrying either produce or wealth. Here it is. If you excuse me now, I must return to my guest.
Thank you for the help, like, a lot.
And the curse master turns around and walks.
Should we not address the other problem that we have? This curse master might be able to help us with that.
Yeah, before he runs off.
He doesn't run off.
No, I know.
He hobbles
up.
off.
He hobbles off.
He's hobbling off, yeah.
How long will you be staying in the village, sir?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, I live here now. Yes. Well, I'm actually passing through, but I do not have a set date of leaving again. I think I appreciate this tiny little village. This juju thing is quite fascinating. How it came to be, I'm not sure. I mean...
It wasn't here when we last got here. Was it?
Crazy how that stuff happens.
I mean, I know they keep talking about you. And they keep calling you the great prophet of juju, but I don't know how it all happened.
Anna frowns.
You know, it's quite fascinating, so I'll keep looking into that.
We do have another issue on our hands, and I explained to him the events that led everyone to believe that Hakan was king.
So you basically explained to him that you were walking through town and then suddenly Hakan was being called king.
Pretty much, like the whole thing with the house and trying to get the hair from Jumble, and I basically explain as much of the situation as my character has knowledge of.
Wait, so where does your explanation start?
After we last left the curse master to get the hair and beer. Like after we first met him.
Yeah. And then you so then you said we went to
the house.
The house.
And then Hakan and Ju.
Yeah, you don't know what happened there.
Sorry
because
about
you
that.
didn't go inside the house.
I assume that they would help me out on that part of the story.
I don't know, do they?
Briefly, yes. In not a lot of words, what I'm saying.
So what are you saying?
That it was a very odd place with papers turning into books. And apparently into shields.
A shield.
And
A
that
heavy normal
shit hit
shield
the
with a red
fan
edge
after
and
we
a closed
left.
fist.
And then you laughed and then shit hit the fan. Do you explain what you mean with shit hit the fan?
I might not use those words
No.
correctly. I might instead say something of the sorts like, it went downhill from there.
What do you mean by downhill?
People started acting weird,
In what way?
calling him a king.
But he is a king. He is the king.
Indeed he is.
Why is that weird?
Because he became king in 1 second.
There wasn't a coronation or anything? I know that's how it usually goes. What is this world?
Quite literally so. We were visitors of the city, and literally 1 second later, he was the king of the city. And everyone around us is magical.
And we have been told you are to blame for this.
And we've lost our pets.
Can I do an arcana check on him to see if he's magical, like a manifestation?
You can always do the check.
Me? To blame?
Worst that can happen is the DM saying nothing happens.
Yeah. What's arcana? Arcana.
Oh, yeah, it comes through. You notice that, wait, that was Kyle that did Jumble, right?
Yes.
Arcane on Jumble, yeah. So
And I did it on the tiefling.
No, you did Perception on the Tiefling, right? You did it on the Curse Master.
I think I failed on the Curse Master and then ended up later doing Arcana on the tiefling as well.
Oh, I thought that was a Perception.
There was a Perception and then an Arcana.
For the cuts and stuff.
Well, I feel because
right,
the perception was
Arcana,
very
yeah,
high and
that's
the
true.
second roll was low.
So you don't know yet, but you notice that it's magical indeed, but more as a cloak of something. Basically what Roy had with Jumble, but you don't know that yet because he didn't share.
So it's like a. Can you describe what you mean by cloak? Like
there's someone real inside, but whoever that is or whatever that is, it's being cloaked by magic.
So how he appears isn't necessarily who he is.
Either how he appears or how he sounds, or you can tell that.
I was gonna say it's his voice.
Okay.
Just
Something
being
is being cloaked by magic.
Or our minds. Is this Roy? This Roy's doing? He's clouding our minds or something.
If I was doing it, he would be in a carrot suit.
And praising the great juice.
A little hunchback dwarf in a carrot suit.
No.
Come on, that's gold.
That is cool. Okay. Okay.
It doesn't ring any bells to you, sir. Curse Master?
What?
It doesn't ring any bells.
What doesn't ring any bells?
Us being
Just
stuck in
told
a
him
world
the
where
whole-
everything is magical.
Yeah, the whole story of.
Oh, right.
I raise my hand and just say one moment, and then I turn to the group, and I kind of like motion everyone to kind of come closer.
We
if you
do.
want to.
Yep,
Do?
we do.
I sense that this person that we're talking to, I know it sounds crazy, but isn't the person that we're talking to. He's merely a mirage.
Like everyone else.
I got the same feeling from that Jumble character.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we should hear him out and see what his take on the situation is, because he did help you guys with the curse.
Yeah,
I
but
nod.
is he different from all the other people who are a mirage? What are you guys talking about?
Out of character for a second. Do you remember when we scanned that?
I'm
peasant?
out of character, I know it. Anna is asking this.
Oh, I know. I need to clarify something before I respond.
Okay.
Out of character. When we talked to the peasant right at the start of all this madness,
Yes.
it was more like he was like not a robot, but he wasn't a cloak. He was more of just like a creation.
That was you just felt that you don't know if it's a creation or anything, but you just felt magic like coming off, and this is like magic with a core of something else.
Okay, sorry, Anna. What was you saying?
Anna asked if this guy was different from everyone else or the same.
Think of it this way: if everyone else is like black coffee, this guy has some cream and sugar.
So he's different. Okay. Somewhat different. Little bit.
There is something interfering with or masking its original. Basically, what you see.
Could he be under a curse? Like, he seems to buy into everything. He thinks that Hakon is king too. So could it be that he himself knows the reality, but the magic that is over him is actually making him believe everything?
It's possible. I had initially thought that we had been pulled into the consciousness of Jumble, but it would take something rather extreme. It didn't quite add up because he would have had to know all of our relationships, and that's not too out of the bounds because he seemed to know that I knew you guys when I first rode into town, and he warned me to keep you guys under check.
I remember that.
But what kind of threw me off of that is that your pets seem to have not been manifested, whereas everything else has been. So if we can, we need to learn everything we can from this cursed master guy.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we should invite him to, I don't know, have breakfast at the inn tomorrow.
We could always head back to the castle. I own it. I am the king.
It's a 2-day trip, Hakon.
We could also allow him to continue his sentence that he was about to say.
I know, but is that everything?
We'll find out. And I turn back to the cursed master.
Anna's shoulders sag. She kind of sits down wherever.
Oh.
Sorry, my good man, continue.
Where was I? This old brain doesn't remember anymore. What was the question again?
I literally repeat the entire story that we just told him and ask him for his take on the situation.
Yes! It was the question. Well, you see, I've only heard of this once. It is but a theory, but it might be applicable. I have heard of this great magician who once put an entire village to sleep and pulled their consciousnesses into a magical realm. It sounds quite like it.
Up with everything.
Sorry, you're breaking up, Paul.
No, it doesn't matter.
All right. Sorry, continue.
Oh, that's my take on it. It sounds quite like that.
Interesting.
I, however, do not know anyone powerful enough to do this.
We
You don't
may.
think Jumble would have somehow figured out how to do this?
Quite possibly.
Everybody feared Jumble more than the king. I think it's a possibility. Anna says from where she's sitting.
And how would you go about dispelling something of this sort, being a master of curses and the like?
Well, I do know it requires a lot of beer. Other than that, I do not know. It only happened once, you know. I've never actually seen it with my own eyes. So,
Would you happen to have a book on this back at your...
You may be in it yourself, sir. Anna says.
I might.
Yes.
Ooh, how interesting! Interesting.
Would you happen to
Anna's
have any-
hoping that motivates him.
Would you happen to have any information on this back in your tower?
I might.
If we were to head back into the city, do you think you could help us with this?
I don't know. I'd rather not leave my patient.
We can take him with us. We have horses.
And as the king, I can demand the best medical aid for your friend.
That is true. That is true. All right. Tomorrow we ride. suggestion.
Very well.
Juhani makes the suggestion. I'm assuming this moment is over. We let him go.
Yeah, unless you have a reason to interject him
No,
specifically.
no. But Juhani would then make the suggestion, having seen that these people offer free food to us, apparently.
Yes.
She will make the suggestion to Roy to get rations from them.
And
The
I
sounding is
have
bloody annoying.
an Osei suggestion. If you
Sure.
guys want another break.
Yeah.
I'd like a drink.
Sounds
Fine.
good.
Okay, then see you guys. Hiccup free this time when we come back. We're hiccup
At
free
least in this reality.
in this reality. Oh God, don't say that.
Dum.
Oh gosh.
Last
Okay.
night I got the hiccups, and I thought specifically of our D&D sessions.
I
was
know,
like, "No,
right? I had that too. Oh God.
It's broken the fourth wall."
The hiccups have now been bound to D&D.
I started praying to the great Juju for help.
Well, we will see you guys after a short break. Be right back.
Yeah. Not long before Texas will believe in Juju.